Hello and welcome into day 10 of our 12 days of watercolor Christmas ornaments in the month of November. We've almost got our full set of 12 ornaments, and this one is so sweet. A little cozy cup of cocoa today. We're going to just go right in and pencil in our mug. You can just do whatever shape you would like, and it's just a very simple shape. And you can see I'm not drawing in the back section of the mug, if the back part of the rim of the mug, I should say, because I'm going to draw in some marshmallows, and that way I don't have to erase the rim of the mug after that. So just go ahead and draw in your marshmallows. And now I am just kind of drawing in the back part of the rim, just trying to determine where the rim might be showing there behind the marshmallows. And I also then decided I wanted a little peppermint stick in there as well. It's not really a candy cane because it doesn't have the curve, but we are going to just keep it simple. And I also decided I wanted to write a word on my mug. I'm writing the word cozy, as you saw. You could do merry, you could do let it snow, whatever you want. And it turns out I can't really see my word once I put the paint in there, and that's okay. It all works out. So if you want to see it later when you add your word in ink or paint, whatever you decide, you can pencil it in darker. I just fixed the bottom. I wanted it to be a little flatter. And I'm choosing green for my mug today. I'm using my Paul Rubens set, and this is Hooker's green mixed with a little bit of black, and loving that color. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the whole mug. I'm going to do a few different layers on here. You can basically just tweak it until you like what you see. And I came in right away to darken that left side because I'm kind of imagining the light source coming from the right. And then I decided, oh wait, I need to paint in the handle of the mug as well. I'm kind of distracted because I have my window open today and there's lots of cars going by. Okay, coming in and just doing a very light line on the right side just to kind of define the mug. Putting some shadows in here under the rim and on the left side. And then I just cleaned off my brush and I just have a wet brush, and I'm just going to soften that line where I put the shadows and just pulling that color a little bit to the right side too, but keeping our left side darker in the shadow. And as far as my paints, my paper, the little frames I'm using, everything will be listed in the description. If you have any questions, just let me know. Going ahead and darkening in the little rim part as well. Giving that all a very good dry. And I'm coming in with just the lightest watered down Payne's Gray on my brush. And I'm going to fill in the marshmallows with that as well as the peppermint stick. And you might be wondering, why are we making our marshmallows and our peppermint stick gray? And that is just because we want it to stand out from the white background of the paper. And you'll see the darker colors you add around those kind of grayish elements, they will appear even whiter than they do now. I am even putting more Payne's Gray on the left side of the marshmallows just to add a little shading in there as well. And drying those completely. And then I'm going to add my hot cocoa. I'll zoom in here so you can see I'm just using a little bit of brown to add to the edges. And then I'm going to put a little bit in between the marshmallows too, because the marshmallows do kind of soak up that hot cocoa as well. So just kind of play with it and see what looks good to you. And I'm just, maybe that middle part, I don't know, but does that make sense? We're going with it. We are going with it. This is such a fun little piece. And again, I'll remind you that if it's not your cup of tea to paint this small, you can make this into a greeting card or into a larger piece of artwork for your home. I'm now just penciling in my stripes of my peppermint stick. That might not be necessary for you. You can just come right in for your paint, but it just gives me a level of comfort to put those in there. And I am using a mixture of Scarlet Red and Madder Red from my palette and just painting those stripes in there. They're not going to be perfect, and you know that is quite all right. I will admit, coming up with paintings to do on this scale, this tiny, has been challenging because it's just, for me, it's just harder. I don't know. They have been fun, but I've had a few flops that just didn't look good on this scale, in my opinion. I decided to go ahead and add a little bit of red up in that right hand corner of the peppermint stick and the lower left. And drying it, of course. And then I decided that I wanted to darken up my mug a little bit more, even. So coming back in with that same Hooker's green and black combo mixture that I did, and just kind of darkening up under the rim and over to that left side as well. And all of these different layers that I'm doing on the mug are just personal choice. So you might have been fine with the looks of it right after that first coat of paint, and that is quite all right. I just like color variations. I think it adds some depth and dimension and interest, and I really, really like this color of green. I think it just is cozy, just like the mug is going to say at the end, it's cozy. So yeah, after this, we're only going to have 2 left in our 12-day series. And I'm curious, is there anything I was going to say, do you want to guess what they are? But guess what? I have no idea what I'm doing for the last 2. So I'm open to suggestions. Is there anything that you're just thinking, oh, I hope she does this because I'm not sure how to do it, or I want to see how she does it? Anything. I would love to hear it. Let me know if you have any preference. I can't guarantee I'll do it because depending what it is, I may not be up for the challenge, but I am open to suggestions. Did you see me throw my brush? I didn't mean to. Do you ever do that? All of a sudden you just drop something? Anyway, little violent painting there. Okay, now just going to soften up those edges like I've done in the previous coats of paint and just kind of evening things out, softening edges, probably overworking it in some people's opinions, and that's okay. I really like how she's coming along here. This kind of reminds me of my hot cocoa bar that I have done in years past. This is probably going to be the first year I don't do it because we are empty nesters for the first time, for the first Christmas season, and my husband and I really just don't drink hot cocoa on a regular basis, so that's okay. And our grandkids live far away and all that. So I do like it even just for the looks of it. So who knows? Maybe I'll set something up in the kitchen just for funsies, but I'm guessing not. I was thinking I would just see if my daughter and her friends, her roommates, want my hot cocoa bar stuff because they might have more fun with it than I. We'll see. Anyway, just tweaking here, doing all the tweaks. I think I'm just going to speed it up here because how much more can I really say here? I mean, I'm getting bored. I can't imagine what you're suffering through. Okay, giving that a good dry, and we're done with tweaking the mug. Now I am going to darken up the hot cocoa a little bit. And I just think it's looking so cute and so sweet. And you don't even have to put the hot cocoa in there if you don't want. You can just cover the whole thing with marshmallows if you don't want to mess with that part of it. Either way, this is your piece, so you do with it what you would like. And now I'm going to come in, and like I said, I can't really see my letters, so I'm just going to come in and write the word cozy. And funny enough, right when I got to the letter Y, I can see the letter Y, so I was pretty spot on there with where I had penciled it in. And then I'm just outlining the peppermint stick. Obviously, this is optional because you can't really see it, but it's kind of covering up my pencil lines a little bit. And I just like that. You could also just add black pen in there and just go with it. And then I wanted to make a little shadow underneath the mug, and so I just added some Payne's Gray, a pretty light shade with a dark Payne's Gray right under the mug, kind of hugging the mug there. And just a subtle little shadow. Loving it. Grabbing my frame and calling it good. Look at that. So cute. Day 10 in the books. Again, let me know if you have any ideas that you would like to see for days 11 and 12. I'm open. All right, have fun with this one, and we will see you for day 11. Take care.